Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program. Let's speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay. Well, let's learn English together. Last lesson, we looked at nationalities and countries and using the possessive apostrophe S to talk about things that belong to people. In week 3, we practiced asking and answering questions connected to countries and nationalities. Lesson 15, it was lesson 15. Now, let's look at a couple of example questions and answers. Where are you from? I'm from the UK. Where is he from? He's from Hungary. Where are they from? They're from Australia. We looked at the structure of the sentence and put it all into a couple of tables. In the tables, we saw how we make positive and negative sentences. Mabel. Table. I'm from the UK. So we start with the person or thing, I, you, he, she, it. Then we use the verb to be, am, are, is. Then we use the word from, and then we say the place. Okay, easy. Now, what about the negative? Well, how do we make the negative version of the verb to be? That's right, we add the word not. Okay, so when we make a negative sentence with the verb to be, where do we put not? Do you remember? Here's a reminder. I am not or I'm not. You are not, you're not, or you aren't. He, she, it is not. He's, she's, it's not. Or he, she, it isn't. We are not, we're not, or we aren't. You are not, you're not, or you aren't. And they are not, they're not, or they aren't. Good. Okay, so back to the sentences with where. If we want to make the sentence, I'm from London, negative, what do? That's right, we add not after the verb to be. I'm not from London. Great, easy as pie. Now, let's change the rest of the positive sentences into negative sentences. I am not from London. You are not from China. He is not from Belgium. She is not from Venezuela. It is not from Japan. You are not from Canada. We are not from Mexico. They are not from Poland. Now, after we practiced making positive and negative sentences about where people come from, there was only one thing left to tackle, the question. This was very simple too. Do you remember what happens to word order when we make a question? That's right, the word order changes. Okay, Mabel, it's time for the table. Frankie Hoffman, to be, from, Canada. Okay, first the positive. Frankie Hoffman is from Canada. Now the negative. Frankie Hoffman is not, isn't from Canada. And the question? Is Frankie Hoffman from Canada? Now, a new topic which we learned in week 4 was the topic of telling the time. We learned how to tell the time on the hour, which is very easy. Lesson 17, lesson 17, lesson 17. The time is 1 o'clock, or it's 1 o'clock. The time is 2 o'clock, or it's 2 o'clock. The time is 3 o'clock, or it's 3 o'clock. The time is 4 o'clock, or it's 4 o'clock. The time is 5 o'clock, or it's 5 o'clock. The time is 6 o'clock, or it's 6 o'clock. The time is 7 o'clock, or it's 7 o'clock. The time is 8 o'clock, or it's 8 o'clock. The time is 9 o'clock, or it's 9 o'clock. The time is 10 o'clock, or it's 10 o'clock. The time is 11 o'clock, or it's 11 o'clock. The time is 12 o'clock, or it's 12 o'clock. We can also use AM or PM at the end of the sentence, like this. The time is 6 p.m. or it's 6 p.m. So we can use o'clock or AM, PM. The time is 1 a.m. or it's 1 a.m. The time is 2 a.m. or it's 2 a.m. The time is 3 a.m. or it's 3 a.m. The time is 4 a.m. or it's 4 a.m. The time is 5 a.m. or it's 5 a.m. The time is 6 a.m. or it's 6 a.m. The time is 7 a.m. or it's 7 a.m. The time is 8 a.m. or it's 8 a.m. The time is 9 a.m. or it's 9 a.m. The time is 10 a.m. or it's 10 a.m. The time is 11 a.m. or it's 11 a.m. The time is 12 a.m. or it's 12 a.m. The time is 1 p.m. or it's 1 p.m. The time is 2 p.m. or it's 2 p.m. The time is 3 p.m. or it's 3 p.m. The time is 4 p.m. or it's 4 p.m. The time is 5 p.m. or it's 5 p.m. The time is 6 p.m. or it's 6 p.m. The time is 7 p.m. or it's 7 p.m. The time is 8 p.m. or it's 8 p.m. The time is 9 p.m. or it's 9 p.m. The time is 10 p.m. or it's 10 p.m. The time is 11 p.m. or it's 11 p.m. The time is 12 p.m. or it's 12 p.m. We learned how to ask people about the time in 2 different ways. In lesson 18, we learned how to give more information about the time. We learned to tell the time when it's not on the hour. We learned that from 12 to 6 is past the hour, and that from 6 to 12 is to the hour. If the minute hand is at 3, then it's a quarter past the hour. If the minute hand is at 6, then it's half past the hour. And if the minute hand is at 9, then it's a quarter to the hour. We learned that we have to be careful with half past because English logic is different to Hungarian logic. In English, when the minute hand is at 6, it's a half past the same hour. In Hungarian, when the minute hand is at 6, it's a half to the next hour. In week 4, we looked at numbers again and learned some new numbers. The numbers from 20 to 100. We learned the cardinal and ordinal versions. The good thing about the numbers from 20 to 100 is that they have a pattern, a logic which makes them easy to learn. When we want to talk about a number between 20 and 30, for example, we take the number 20, add a hyphen, and then add a number between 1 and 9. 24 is 24. 27 is 27. Easy. It's the same for the other numbers too. 67 is 67. 83 is 83. 59 is 59. Simple. Now, one reason the numbers are important is that we can use them to tell the time. We know how to tell the time when it's on the hour. We know how to tell the time when the minute hand is at 3, 6 and 9. We learned that we can use other numbers when we talk about past and to the hour. 4:20 is 20 past 4. 6:35 is 25 to 7. But now that we know the numbers from 1 to 100, we can tell the time the easy way. We just say what we see. Think of a digital clock. There are no hands, no minute hand and no hour hand. All we see are numbers. This is the easy way to tell the time. We just say what we see. If the digital clock shows 18:45, we say it's 18:45. We can also say it's 6:45 p.m. So, we can use the 12-hour clock with AM and PM, or we can use the 24-hour clock. Now, also in week 4, we looked at possession again. This time we looked at a new way of saying that something belongs to somebody. Do you remember? We used have and have got. Mabel? Table. Now, do you remember the difference between have and have got? That's right. Have is more formal, so usually we use have got. Also, we normally shorten them too, like this. Lesson 19, lesson 19, lesson 19. I've got, you've got, he's got, she's got, it's got, we've got, you've got, they've got. Okay, easy. Now, how do we make a sentence with have got? Well, we start with the person, add have got, and then add the noun. Like this. Gav plus have got plus noun equals Gav has got a car. Gav's got a car. So, Gav's got a watch. Let's try the same sentence with other people. I have got a watch. I've got a watch. You have got a camera. You've got a camera. He have got a laptop. He's got a laptop. She have got a car. She's got a car. It have got 2 doors. It's got 2 doors. We have got 2 dogs and a cat. We've got 2 dogs and a cat. You have got a big house. You've got a big house. They have got 3 horses. They've got 3 horses. Great. Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. Today, we looked at what we learned in week 4. Next lesson, we'll revise some more of week 4. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Michael J. Fox, and I'm not Clint Eastwood. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'll see you next lesson to revise what we learned in the 4th week of M5's brand new English learning language program. Let's speak English. See you later. Bye.